everyone, this is Christy Villanueva with the West San Antonio Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for joining us again for another one of our West Chamber pop-ups. As always, we have a lot of great information for you, and today I'm sitting with Geronimo Moreno of Dynamic Advancement, and thank you so much for allowing us into your office, into your space. Tell me a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your history.
So my history personally, did 20 years in the Air Force, started out as an electrician, interior, exterior. We kind of had a conversation earlier. I've climbed in some attics, I've climbed some poles, I've dug some trenches, I've done it all. And then within my Air Force career, I made a transition from electrical labor worker to IT, and I've done that from the apprentice level, working help desk, doing grunt work, all the way up to cybersecurity management.
Wow.
And I ended up here to help the founder of the company with Dynamic Advancement, kind of with our outreach initiatives. We started out working with veterans, military, but we wanted to use our framework to help the whole community, and that's where we are now.
Well, this is fantastic, and I know you've got a lot of classes coming down the pike, but just kind of at a glance, Dynamic Advancement offers what sort of classes? Who are we talking about doing outreach to?
So we specialize in IT and cybersecurity. We also do business management, and then we also do human resource management certification training. And we cover all levels from entry level, and even that before entry level, I don't know what you call it, maybe fundamental, pre-entry.
Yes.
So people who want to get into IT but have absolutely no experience, we got them covered.
Okay.
But then we also have entry level, mid level, even to your specialist, because there is a separation between IT and cyber. You'll hear a lot of conversations that kind of group it together.
Yeah.
But we cover all aspects, the whole spectrum, from the IT side, lower level, entry level, to cybersecurity, all the way up to the CIO level.
And that's interesting that you say that, because we have a lot of those questions from some of our members and some of our partners with the chamber, where they say, well, that company really doesn't teach cybersecurity because there's a stopping point and no one gives that designation. So I'm glad that you really explained that to us. You have what I need as a student.
Yes.
So that's wonderful. And then on the HR side, is it also the same way?
The same. So we actually have a HR fundamentals workshop going on tomorrow, and that's intended for someone that's thinking about a career in HR. And if they sit in that workshop, they'll get enough so they can make an educated decision. Say, HR, okay, maybe it's for me or maybe it's not.
Right.
Without having to spend any money, it's free.
Okay.
And then we also have the entry level, mid level, and senior level certification training that we provide.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, so I'm going to challenge you here. If I'm a business owner, if I'm a business owner, I'm wearing all sorts of hats. Can I still come to Dynamic and you're going to help me figure something out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that's probably the toughest part. The toughest part is to teach a business owner HR and a little IT and a little bit of this and that, enough to get by and still be functional.
I can relate. So I think one of the best things to point out is the owner of the company actually has, if not every cert that we teach, most of them. He has over 26 certifications. HR, cyber, IT, all of them. I myself have about 5 of them. And then all of our employees have at least one of the certifications we teach. So we know we got you covered. I mean, all of our employees have at least one of the certifications we teach. So we know we got you covered. I mean, if you're a business owner, depending on what you specialize in, that would determine what we would recommend, and how deep you need to go. But yeah, we got you covered.
Okay. Well, I think it's a great partnership between the West Chamber and Dynamic Advancement, because we help our members work on that strategy. Think about tomorrow and next year and 10 years from now. And for that, we tell them education. Staff, workforce, and education is key. So as a business owner, you need to know what's going on. So if I can come to you and even start those certifications and say, okay, now I know what to look for in that person. Now I know who to hire because I've been through it. but now I want somebody better than me.
Yes, I do want to make it clear we're not a placement,
Right.
Company.
Yes.
That's not our specialty. However, we do have partnerships. We do have a partnership with IP Secure, and that's more for your mid and high level type of people that are getting certifications, but just because of the type of contracts they have and the clearances
Yes.
you have to have. But we just solidified a partnership with Perspecta. So let's say someone comes to us, they labor worker, right, and made that transition to IT and got their fundamental training. With our partnership with Perspecta, they just got the contract to do the DHA help desk, and a lot of those are entry level IT positions where we can refer them,
Okay.
and develop that pipeline directly from class to a entry level position for them to get some hands on.
Well, that's fantastic. Just those two companies alone that you mentioned, they're making some huge strides at the Port of San Antonio and around the city, in the DoD community. I mean, it's big. So that's wonderful that they're relying on you to be able to teach them for dynamic advancement to do that for them. All right, so this class that you have tomorrow, you said it was HR Basics. Are there other classes that we're going to go online soon?
Yes, just through discussions that we've recently had and listening to other stakeholders in the community, the team is getting together to see which ones actually can add more value to the community. We just had one yesterday. It was a Microsoft 365 fundamentals.
Yes.
Which is good, and that's really for someone who has some type of IT experience.
Okay.
But I think we're looking at something that serves the community that just wants to understand IT, that foundational knowledge.
Okay.
So they can make a decision, just like what we're doing tomorrow with the HR workshop. So, is it for me? Okay, this is enough to at least get started.
Yes.
And so once we make that decision, we'll definitely be doing more, especially with what's going on. People have time.
You also have other partnerships. I think, was it Workforce Solutions that
So-
you're also working towards?
Yes, so all of our programs and courses have been approved by Alamo Workforce Solutions, and we're also accredited by Texas Workforce Commission.
Okay, that's huge.
So it's one of those things to where if someone comes to us, we can help, and if
Yes.
funding is an issue, that's when we refer them to
Okay.
those organizations to say, hey, what do they qualify for, and we'll work with them from there.
Okay, and we have been talking, excuse me, to our audience about Workforce Solutions. So those that are not in a job currently, have been let go. I mean, I know this COVID-19 is huge. It's devastating for us to have to stay home or be without work, but we really need to look at it as an opportunity. For all those people that were standing by the water cooler complaining
Yeah.
about their jobs, this is a great time to say, I'm going to go register with Workforce Solutions, get through the system, I'll get my unemployment, and then figure out how I can take these classes.
Yeah, definitely.
And to be able to go and talk to that person on the phone from Workforce Solutions and say, oh, I already know what I want to do, and I
Yeah.
want to go to school here. I mean, you're putting the puzzle pieces together for us.
And we have, our founder, Mr. K. Mount, was a visionary. This is something that he's been putting together for over a year now. And I think the urgency was boosted with the COVID-19
Yes.
situation, to where there was already a need to reskill the workforce, especially in underserved communities.
Yes.
But just the timetable got pushed up with this
Okay.
crisis.
Absolutely. We're all on overdrive right now, trying to get everything online and learn how to communicate that way. All right, well then, how can we find you? Give us the website and the phone number.
So the website is www.dynamicadvancement.com, and our number is 210-742-1677, 210-742-1677. Give us a call and we'll help you out.
So if there's somebody out there who's just sitting there going, nah, it's not for me, I'm never going to be more than X, what would you tell that person?
I would definitely, for someone like that, right? I get it, because I came from that type of mindset, and I would say believe in yourself. It all starts with here, in the mindset, and they say with the person who believes they can and the person who believes they can't, they're both right. So I just urge you to believe you can.
Well, and that's what it's all about. It's about those positive thoughts. Thank you, Geronimo, for giving us your time, explaining all this. Training is key. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. It's important that we learn more about our education, our outreach, what we can do with ourselves in this time of need and crisis. So remember, stay positive, stay focused. You have someone to reach out to. You can reach out to the West Chamber. We're here for you. And you've just met a new friend who will also be willing to help you.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And tune in next time for another episode of the West Chamber Pop-Up.